Imagine this: the Earth suddenly stops spinning, but only for 5 seconds. It sounds harmless, but those 5 seconds could change the entire planet. Right now, Earth is spinning at about 1,670 kilometers per hour at the equator. We don't feel this motion because everything around us is moving at the same speed. But imagine that spin suddenly stopped. The ground beneath your feet would stop instantly. But you wouldn't. Everything on the surface of Earth, oceans, buildings, cars, and people, would keep moving at the original speed. In physics, this is called inertia. Objects in motion stay in motion unless something stops them. So if Earth stopped spinning suddenly, the atmosphere, oceans, and everything on land would continue flying eastward at incredible speed. For 5 terrifying seconds, the entire planet would experience the equivalent of a supersonic hurricane. And that's just the beginning. If Earth stopped spinning, the first thing you'd notice wouldn't be the ground, it would be the wind. Because the atmosphere keeps moving, the planet would suddenly experience winds faster than 1,600 kilometers per hour. That's faster than most hurricanes. These winds would flatten forests, rip buildings apart, and throw vehicles through the air. Entire cities near the equator would face the strongest impact. But something even more terrifying would happen to the oceans. Water in Earth's oceans is also moving with the planet's rotation. If Earth suddenly stopped, the oceans would keep traveling eastward. Massive walls of water would surge across continents. These would not be normal tsunamis. They would be planet-wide megatsunamis. Entire coastlines could be submerged within minutes. But strangely, after those 5 seconds, the Earth would start spinning again. And the chaos would continue. But the destruction from wind and water wouldn't be the only problem. The Earth itself would begin to change shape. Earth isn't perfectly round. Because of its rotation, the planet bulges slightly at the equator. Centrifugal force pushes mass outward. But if Earth suddenly stopped spinning, that force would disappear. Over time, the oceans would begin flowing away from the equator. Water would slowly migrate toward the poles. Entire equatorial regions could become dry land. Meanwhile, the polar regions could experience massive flooding. The geography of the planet would slowly begin to change. New coastlines would form. Some islands would disappear. Others would emerge from the sea. Earth would begin reshaping itself. And then something strange would happen in the sky. Earth's rotation also affects how the atmosphere moves. It creates the Coriolis effect, which shapes global wind patterns. These winds drive storms, ocean currents, and climate systems. If Earth stopped spinning, these patterns would collapse. Jet streams would disappear. Weather systems would reorganize entirely. Some regions might experience endless storms. Others could become permanent deserts. The climate balance we depend on would be completely disrupted. Earth's weather system would have to rebuild itself from scratch. But here's the surprising part. Earth has actually slowed down before. The planet's rotation is not perfectly constant. In fact, Earth is gradually slowing down over millions of years. The main reason is the Moon. The Moon's gravity pulls on Earth's oceans, creating tides. This tidal interaction slowly drains energy from Earth's rotation. Over extremely long time periods, days are getting slightly longer. Hundreds of millions of years ago, a day on Earth lasted only about 22 hours. But the change is incredibly slow. It would take billions of years for Earth to stop spinning completely. And by then, the sun itself will have evolved into a red giant. So thankfully, the terrifying scenario of Earth suddenly stopping is something we'll probably never have to experience.